Too much earth and it turns into a desert, hot, dry, and dull. Too much water and it turns into a mudslide. Everything goes downhill. But just the right correlation of these two elements, and life's a beach.
I'm looking for the heart in you. Sometimes I don't know what to do. Baby, looking when you ain't looking. So if you want this, you better
Virgo
try.
and Scorpio, let's get into it. So, with you two, right? This can be a great combination, a great dating process experience for you, Virgo. Should you guys take it lightly? Should you, keep it real playful, keep it real curious, new, keep these things new? Should they get too intense and in depth, this can cause and stir emotional issues that could get the best of, if not both of you, at least one of you. And usually, from my observations from seeing these types of encounters go down, that when it does reach that level, it ends up seeping into both of their psyches in some type of way. So I would say to look out for this, right? A red flag on your behalf, Virgo, would be, oh, should I say not on your behalf, right? Because it's not your responsibility to possess this. But if this Scorpio individual does not have like a license, or does not have a vehicle, or does not have no way to get around as far as transportation goes, then this is a red flag when dating this individual. And I'm not saying that you can't get past this, and I'm not saying that you're just some real bougie individual. However, Virgos do have a criteria, a standard that should be met. When it comes to dating, Virgos can also be serial daters because it's just the term of date, right? It comes with a date and a time that two people are supposed to meet and carry something out. Virgos take being punctual very seriously. Now, of course, if you're going out on a date, a part of courtship comes with being able to transport each other around. Understand what I'm getting at with this? So there may come a time down the line when you, Virgo, is just like, I'm not with this whole bus stop thing. Like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I planned. I don't. What happened to me? What am I doing? What are we doing? Like, this can become an issue. You may voice this 9 times out of 10. You will voice this. Virgos can be that petty and make this an issue that spirals out of control. Now, again, I'm not saying this is a red flag on your behalf, right? It is a responsibility of another individual to have that taken care of. And I'm not placing this as a blame game on you either, Scorpio. What I'm saying here is when it comes to you being inside of a Virgo's life, right? This is very ideal. This is very uniquely tailored to being with a Virgo. Then Scorpio should have this possession or the resources to be able to grab this type of transport to be able to court this Virgo around. All right, trust me when I tell you. Now, again, you might get past it in the beginning, especially when it comes to the conversation. So let's talk about the conversation, right? You may look at the conversation between you two as something that is very ideal, Virgo, because you're a talker. You like to communicate, and this person is going to listen with depth. This person is probably also going to be around for situations that you feel are more deeply than this just surface type of aura that you give off to the average person, right? Virgo doesn't usually express emotion until they get connected to someone that they are able to communicate with. So it doesn't happen instantaneously in the beginning. However, the more the communication begins to occur, the more that Virgo actually gets attached. Now, this can become a mirror type of relationship or a karmic relationship because you will begin, Virgo, to have the same type of qualities that Scorpio possesses when it comes to interaction. So the obsessive part of that can come over you, Virgo, to the point where you may carry these experiences that you shared information with this Scorpio with you for the rest of your life. And if these mementos come up in cycles as they usually do, and you two are separated or taking a break, or even if you're in the same vicinity and it's just like y'all are going through something at that time, this can create a bout of depression over you. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the emotions and how this may become something that is seeping into the psyches of both of you as far as being detrimental to your psyche health. You understand what I'm talking about? Now, Some other areas that I want to dance around here as well as this. This is good for you, Virgo, should this Scorpio be emotionally mature, perhaps have a career in research, maybe a student, maybe a teacher, perhaps also like a psychologist or something of that nature, because they will be able to deal with their emotions with their mind. This suits you better, Virgo, because you're able to deal with the mental part of all of this much more better than you are dealing with the emotional part. You understand? So if it doesn't occur that way, and this person is like the bad boy type or the bad girl type, the bad girls club type, and you take this on for the excitement, then you will see how this can become karmic to you and bite you in the ass, because now all of a sudden you took this person on as your project because you mentally believe that you got the solution, and it's usually in psychology, which Scorpios can do very well at should they study the mind. However, if they're trapped with the turmoil that intensity of emotions that they possess inside, this goes awry, this goes downhill, and it can get bad. So here you go with this mental prowess, your mercurial standard that you possess, right? And you're just like, oh, I'm going to fix this. And it could be some concern and worry that you openly express to this Scorpio as well that may have to deal with pushing them away about in a way. I'll get to that in a minute, but you will be communicated to and quick to express this worry and concern that with it can be solved using logic, right? And this may backfire if this Scorpio is not emotionally mature to the point where they are willing to deal with you on a mental level. You get where I'm going? So you take on this project, you care, you're concerned, you're worrying, this, that, and the third, and the next thing you know, you're in an emotional fireball and you're in emotional turmoil yourself, and you're not the best at dealing with emotions, Virgo. Point blank, period. You're more up here with it. You want to think about how you feel. You want to feel how you think, vice versa. And it's just like, it's not your ball game. But because you're obsessed over this connection now, because you finally found someone that you can talk to in depth, here you are not able to let go of this situation. It can be vice versa with the Scorpio, but do know that they will be keeping secrets from you just for the sake of privacy, having some type of area to themselves that not everyone knows about. Now, at the same time, simultaneously, Virgo, you will be keeping secrets from this Scorpio as well. So remember, I said this can be very karmic. This can be very like a mirrored relationship here, because what happens here is, Virgo, you learn the style of communication in a scorpionic type of way, to where you use research and you dig and you dig and you find out, you might even find out secrets about the Scorpio that the Scorpio has no idea that you know, and you're holding this as ammunition, as leverage in the relationship. You can be petty later on down the line when you start finding out things about this person that you don't like, and you're just not voicing it because you're keeping one up on them. Not only that, you are also creating secrets in your life yourself. This may become with infidelity and all types of stuff, and you're just feeling kind of sinister inside because of it, because the admiration and respect that you used to have for this person is somewhat dwindling now, because you're able to get away with so many of these things. And it's like, how did you end up with more skeletons in your closet than this Scorpio actually did? This is potentially possible. I'm just putting it out there so I don't leave any stone unturned. You understand what I'm saying? So that can be an issue right there. But again, the way that this is best suited and this is ideal is if the two of you keep it light. If the Scorpio is emotionally mature, learns how to deal with their mind, and you can pinpoint this immediately. If they have a way of transportation that fits your criteria, Virgo, these are all good things. Now, if y'all get into turmoil, y'all get into quarrels, y'all get into conflicts and stuff like that, the way that you can assess whether this Scorpio is healthy when dealing with those situations as well, and it's not something that is going to be excessively toxic to the point where you're smothered and they show their obsessive side and their possessive side. The way that you assess this is how do they bounce back from it? Are they able to operate without you, or is it a codependency type of relationship? Because if they come running back to you and if, they got these stories or whatever the case may be, and I'm not saying, no one's perfect. You understand what I'm saying? However, the strength of the Scorpio is going to be measured by how they're able to carry on without you, right? This is supposed to be the sign that represents other people, like life after marriage. So it falls more on them to be more responsible when an argument breaks out or something of that nature, because the communication style of the Virgo can blurt things out with no care or concern of how it sounds or whatever the case may be. It can come across very critical, and a person has to be very strong to be able to withstand that from a Virgo individual. So I hope this helps, and I'll be back with Virgo and Pisces next.